And we are hearing more and more tales of heroism from the fires. How about this? 3 identical triplets try to save their family home and others.
Fox 11's Ed Lascos has their incredible story. He's live in Brentwood tonight. Ed?
And Marley, you hear about that incredible story in just a moment. Quick look around as the checkpoints remain in effect, the evacuation notices, and particularly the curfew remains in effect until 6 in the morning. Mikey will give you a look. This is Kent. They're in Sunset, one of the main checkpoints there. California National Guard set up here with their Humvees. That road, Kettner, leads up to the hills of Brentwood. On the other side, you have LAPD. That's Sunset. That'll take you right into Pacific Palisades and the very heart of the fire zone itself. But now let's talk about some of these amazing stories coming out. Amazing stories when you talk about everyday folks, neighbors who all of a sudden had to turn into brave firefighters 1 week ago this very night. Watch this.
Make sure it's in the hot tub still. Finn, grab it, grab it. There might be a clog in the water. I see a kink, I see a kink. There you go, there you go.
That desperate firefight in the Palisades, and the 3 brothers turned firefighters.
The fire was starting to spread, and I knew this was getting really serious. The wind was throwing embers all over my house, and, I knew this was not, just a fire that I could sit idly by and watch.
Finnegan and his 2 other brothers, they're triplets. Neighbors call them the Murtaugh boys. They use containers of pool water, garden hoses, anything they could find.
We had pickaxes, shovels, 5-gallon jugs full of water, fire extinguishers, and we were using it as like our mobile command. We were going around and trying to tell people if their house was up or if it was standing or burnt down.
Nothing short of an all-out firefight by these brothers to save their home and other nearby homes. All of this in the Marquise Knolls neighborhood of the Palisades.
There was a smolder coming up in one of the little brush areas on the side of the property that survived. So we put that out immediately and kind of, as soon as we got there, realized like how shocking it was and, how crazy it was to even be there.
We walked in on backyards, like once they got in, that were on fire. They were smoldering, they were on fire, and we had to get into action. We had to go run and start doing stuff as soon as possible.
Because there were fires all over the place.
Yeah.
Fires, everything was burning.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
They know their fast work, brave work, kept other homes nearby from burning down.
We were putting out spot fires with for some of our neighbors with permission, and they were very, they opened up their homes they told us like lockbox codes and stuff to help get fire extinguishers and help do what we can in the neighborhood.
But sadly, the fire here just too intense to save their own childhood home. In the smoldering rubble, check this, that's a piece of metal inscribed with the family name Murtaugh, and the triplets, that means everything to them. They're all still standing tall despite the indescribable devastation.
A war zone is the best way to describe up there. It's insane. Yeah, it's surreal to even the smells, the sounds, just looking at everything, like everything you grew up seeing, your whole life, and now it's just wiped away.
Once this kind of devastation runs through your home, you're like, you question everything. You question reality. Like, it still doesn't feel real.
Sadly, all too real. Now you're looking live. The National Guard, their Humvees are set up here. They will be here through the night. The big question we're hearing from a lot of folks as they come over here to the checkpoint, asking a lot of the LAPD officers, National Guard troops, so when can we get back? When is this all going to be lifted? We heard from LA County Sheriff officials earlier, as they put it, they do not even have a timetable as when they could repopulate, as they call it, to let everybody back in. No timetable means they don't even have a guess as to when. So at this point, it certainly looks like these roadblocks, these checkpoints, the evacuation notices, it'll all be in place here for a long time to come. For now, we're live Brentwood. Back to the west side we go.